Hello. Welcome back to the Hot Dads podcast. I am your co-host, Gracie, and this is your other co-host,
Maria.
Also HBIC.
Yes,
because
this is HBIC Studios because this does happen to be my apartment at this point in time, per my lease.
I am resident HBIC only when Maria's not here. Anyway.
Yes. Which is not right now.
Right.
Perfect. If you
Am I killing this intro?
No, I love it. I think this is a perfect intro.
No, I got it. If you want to follow us, you can follow us at Hot Dad Pod.
Hot Dads Pod with an S.
Man. Fuck.
No,
All right.
We're going to keep it going. We're
going to keep it going.
I'm here to coach you through our podcast.
Yeah, you got it. You brought me into this mess.
I did,
okay?
and I don't regret it. You can email all your complaints and feelings to hotdadspod@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. And you
Complaints
can Venmo
only.
and Cash App us as well. We'll give you all of those plugs later. I don't think we actually did that on the last episode, so note to ourselves. You can find me all over the internet at Maria Heinig, MariaHeinegg. And you can Twitter,
find me.
TikTok, Instagram.
Sorry.
Now it's Gracie's turn. Go ahead.
I am a little baby deer walking around on a frozen lake. That's my energy right now. You can find me at appropriately Save Gracie Kanan, which is totally my vibe I'm putting out. Save Gracie, GRACIE, CAN is in Nancy, AAN is in Nancy. No, I am not Lebanese. Same thing on TikTok. Yeah, we'll get into that later. Everyone who's Lebanese is like,
I'm
going to
start saying that. No, I'm not Lebanese.
And no, hi Maria. No, I'm not Lebanese. That's like your housewives catchphrase. Maria, not Lebanese. So how would you rate my intro?
I thought it was fun loving, I guess is
6.
the phrase.
Technically a 6.
I thought it had a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
It was like most improved award.
Yeah. You know what?
Like participation
that's
trophy
been
for
my
sure.
vibe like throughout my whole life. Is really teachers being like, I thought you were going to be way worse than you actually are. And you landed the plane. That's like the most compliment I've ever gotten.
Like I shit my pants, but we are on the ground.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Which like we're alive. It's messy, but we out here. Should we introduce his lovely voice that is chiming in with charming quips?
Let's introduce Andrea and then let's introduce
Oh
our
my God,
guest.
yes.
Andrea Allen, our resident sound engineer, God savior. You can check out her podcast, Hot Mess Comedy Hour. She also has another one called Dog Pig. Is that right?
Whoa.
Yep, that's her new one.
Cool.
And then now let's go ahead and introduce our guest. Gracie, take it away.
Wait, no, because I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce your last name.
Oh boy! All right, I'm in charge of
I
this.
got it.
Well,
Is it
not
no, let me
Lebanese.
try it.
so
Okay, this next guest,
Can't wait,
not
let's watch.
Lebanese.
Let's see if
All
she
right.
can do it.
What if I fuck up the first name? Liz? All right. Liz Miele.
Nailed it.
Is it me? Okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't
nailed
sure if it was Meal or Mealy, but
Yeah,
There's
she knows
people-
what
there's
you
people
thought
that
it
are-
might have been.
Yeah, no. And
you probably get Miley.
Miele.
I get
Miele.
Liz Miele, who you can find at
everything. Liz Miele.
everything.
She's a
Everything's
comedian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actress, writer,
Yeah.
podcaster. Plug your pod.
Yeah, 2 non-actors, also with a Maria, so that
Yeah,
works.
but it's
If
not
you-
me, so who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Rival Maria.
An Egyptian Maria.
I know.
So,
Yeah, a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, is she bisexual? That's what I thought.
We'll
And
find out.
bipolar.
Cut to them.
Yeah, I'm like, Maria's like, what did you say about me?
I had to do something.
I was like, I was trying to compete with her Maria.
Yeah. Maria versus Maria.
Yeah,
Classic.
yeah.
Maria on Maria. I should start a podcast with her.
You should.
Oh, you guys have a spin-off
Genuine.
podcast?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Liz and I have a spin-off podcast?
No, you guys don't get to spin off pod.
No.
Only Maria
I don't even know what
gets to
I don't
spin
know
off
what our
pod.
podcast would be, but I feel like by the end of this, we'll
Just
know.
2 non-Lebanese women just not doing well in life.
The whole theme
That
of
is
it. Every
the name
episode
of
is
this
5
episode.
minutes long.
Two
As
non-Lebanese women.
Ethnically ambiguous women. What did you get this week? And then it's just us going back and
yeah,
forth.
yeah,
'Cause I get,
exactly.
especially when my hair's curly. I get
Yeah.
Jewish. I get Middle Eastern.
Sure.
I get half black, half white. I get
Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Like I get, and then if they hear my last name, they sometimes come to
Italian?
Italian, which is
Yeah.
what I am. But like,
Right.
it takes.
Doesn't that mean apple?
No,
No.
Miele
Honey.
means honey. in
Oh my
Italian.
God, sexy. Wow.
Thank
Do you
you
know
so
what your
much.
last name means?
My last no, I know what my real last
true.
name that my grandfather changed after he escaped from the Holocaust. I know what that means.
What does that mean?
Weilschenfeld, which means field of flowers.
Wow. So we have Field of Flowers and Honey.
Yeah.
And I don't know, biblical Canaan, like the Canaanites.
Sure.
I don't. Grace Evelyn Canaan. That is my full name. That is very nun-like.
Evelyn.
But Grace is just
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's why
By the grace of Grace.
My parents raised me as Gracie. Because I think they named me Grace, and then they
you're a
like
little
saw me,
cutie.
and then they were like, she topples the fuck over way too much. Like she's a sphere, she can't be a Grace.
You have to stop being
I was
negative.
a
We're gonna work
little-
on your confidence.
No, I was adorable. I was
You are
very
adorable.
cute.
You're still adorable.
I'm still adorable, but I was more adorable then. I was rounder.
Well,
I looked like
yeah.
a little Michelin man.
because we had so much collagen.
Yeah. Oh God. I would, if I could, I would steal all the collagen
Wouldn't you
from a
just go
baby.
back?
It's
Yeah.
like stealing collagen from a baby.
I think
Should we
that's
get into
really
high
what
lows
Hocus
or?
Pocus was about.
It
Now that
was.
you think about it, it's
100%.
just stealing collagen from babies.
I didn't understand
what
it,
life
and then I hit my
force is.
30s, and I was like, "Fuck Thora Birch! I would absolutely suck her soul to get rid of these crow's feet." High lows.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Do you want us to go first so you can make a game time decision,
Yes,
or do you
please.
know what your answers are?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Low would be that there was a bunch of shit that I wanted to get done that I didn't get done, and high would be that I had sex this week.
Oh my God! And again,
Yeah, I had
this
sex
is the
again.
second week in a row.
Yeah.
Fucking two
Different
for
guy.
two.
No, it's the same guy.
Oh man, I would. I actually prefer for you that it was the same guy because then I know that it's increasing in quality too.
Yes.
Not saying it was ever not.
Because we're getting to know our bodies.
Oh, disgusting! Can we not?
Congratulations.
Ugh.
I mean, I said it to gross you out. Thank you so
Yeah,
much
no,
for your support.
yeah, no, I'll always
At
be there
least
for
you didn't say getting to know each other's souls.
Yeah,
That would have been
Ew.
disgusting.
No,
and she
we're
didn't even
just-
say that we made love. That would have.
Oh.
I would have actually walked out.
Yeah.
I would have thrown up on
No
myself.
one should ever do that. Yeah. The
No.
closest I say to making love is Jon Snow sex. That's the closest. That's what where it's like Vikings on a burning ship type of thing. But that's what I mean when I say that. But I don't say make love. Lovers.
Well, Liz and I have discussed the fact that we're not dating anyone on several occasions. So this is big for us.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I'm very
okay.
excited for her.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've now
You can be more excited.
broken our
Yes.
trust.
Than I am.
Yeah,
It's
no.
fine.
I was just like, I went back to past conversations, and I just in my head, I was like shaking her hand, high fiving,
Right.
holding her. Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of
You
emotion.
can do
but
that now if she gives consent.
Yeah.
We'll do it later.
Okay. You know, aw, cute little nuzzle, guys. No,
We needed this.
it is really good when you can, when one of you gets, I'm not saying you were in a rut, but saying if you have a friend that you're always on the same wavelength as, like romantically, sexually, and then one of you gets a win, it's like a team win.
Yeah, no, like she had
Absolutely.
sex for both of us.
Yeah, exactly.
I went,
and you guys live
during-
close.
I did feel that. I was just like, oh my God, am I orgasming? What's happening right now?
Something in the wind.
That'd be. I should
There's a
start
little
doing
quiver
that.
down there.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like whenever anyone in this room comes from now on, you should just utter a female friend's name.
Yes. What
But
did
a
you say?
different one
Nothing?
every
But that's gonna be, as somebody that's bi, that's confusing for me. They'd be like, "You're so supportive."
Yeah,
they'd be like, "Is she
right.
cheating on me?"
What if you say your own name? That would be such a power move.
Maria.
Maria. And there's that whole song about your name. So
There's so many songs
Yeah,
with my name.
that's
Or I could just go when I come, I'm me.
I am valid. That would be amazing. I also appreciate how your lows, at least one of your lows and highs every week, are like very practical. You're like, I wasn't productive. I was feeling self-doubt, and my highs are like, I matched my socks.
That's fine.
Like yours, yeah.
Can I just do an impression of you coming?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, because I'm faking it. No, we've talked about this before. I'll still do it. Because like if I know it's gonna happen, if it's not gonna happen, but I'm close, like I need a little performance for myself. It's like not really for the other person. And I'm like, I'll take care of it later.
Yeah.
But I know it's like being a bad feminist. but I'm just like,
it's not
I'm
your
just like
job.
I look hot for
Listen,
me. Like
it's not-
someone, you know.
In the
not your
bathroom, you
job
give
to-
yourself an Emmy. So
Exactly.
And the award goes to.
she like opens a medicine cabinet, puts another Emmy in there, closes it.
What is this. Don't worry about it.
If you want
I
to
have
fake
47 of them.
If you want to fake it, we
Yeah.
all have pastimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't fake it because they don't deserve it. If
Yeah.
you don't make me
Also,
come,
and they'll
then
never
you don't-
learn.
Exactly. That's
They'll never
that's what
learn.
I'm
That's
actually-
also us being generous, right? Because when we're like, oh, they'll never learn for somebody else.
Oh,
like,
God.
it's
For
like,
me, it's it's like I'm actually people think
Unless
that
the
faking
investment's for you.
orgasms
and you're trying
are
to
for
bang
the
them
other people.
ongoing. Yeah.
But faking orgasms is actually a form of self-love because you're like, I don't give a fuck about teaching you. I don't have time to give
Yeah.
you the feedback.
You're just
I'm
like,
just gonna exactly. I'm like,
done.
I have things
Yeah.
to
If it's
do. Like
someone-
this is taking forever.
Sure. If it's someone that I feel like, if I interrupted you, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I do
I
it all the
meant
time
it.
to
No.
you and to me. Cut me off. Cut me off, please. I love
me.
it. That's what I say when I cut me off.
I've been so bad.
We have a very emotional Dom thing going on here. We like it.
But like, if it's just like for me, the time to fake an orgasm is when you can get a promotion. Oh, no. So the time to fake an orgasm,
Like with
you
your
guys are like,
boss?
what's a
Yeah.
promotion? You guys are like, we don't know what that is. We don't do that for like.
Yeah.
No, the time to fake an orgasm for me is when it's someone that like if you don't come, they're gonna be like, no,
Yes,
let
yes.
me figure it out.
No.
And
And
it's
you're like,
no.
it's just
listen,
not
this
gonna
Rubik's Cube
happen.
is not for you, buddy.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
That's when it's like
because you're like too far off the mark. Like if it was close and I felt like you were a good listener,
Yeah.
then maybe
Sure.
we could get there together. But when you just kind of know, you're like, we can't do
Well,
this in one session.
Right.
And also,
Yeah.
and it's someone you don't like if you're doing that too. Like if you're faking it to get rid of them, you're not
Yeah.
like,
Right.
I hope he comes back.
yeah, but you have to distinguish your fake and your real ones. You know, you have to do like you got to do a little, like a catchphrase.
Are you saying that
Maybe.
you have like a fake orgasm like routine?
I think that in my head they're very similar. In my head, they're like, you can't tell the difference, but I'm sure in my head when I do like a real cum, I'm like, "Meh." And then when I do a fake cum, I'm like, Baba Booey, let's go.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go. What are you, DeBaby?
Let's fucking go.
go.
yeah. Yeah,
I like how you're like a daytime radio. Like you have little buttons that you press.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
She comes up. She'll just sing songs about things she's saying. Like
when
like,
she does a test, I'm like, sorry, I touched the plant. Oh, you're talking about what, like hypothetically what I do or what I do
No, I'm
in
talking
real
about
life?
who you are.
Oh, yeah, which I'm
what
sorry
you're doing
for.
right now links to what I'm
Okay,
saying.
for sure.
So
Take it away.
But it'd be amazing if I gaslit you and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
We love doing that.
I don't even remember what I was going to say because of what you just did.
Because of
so.
everything I am. Well, while we're talking about me, and we are, let's go to my high-low.
Yeah.
Unless, Liz, you're dying and burning to go to your high-low.
I can wait.
You can wait?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because this is going to take 45 minutes. No, it's very short. Both of them happened in the same comedy club. So my high, I was in Philadelphia this weekend for shows. And my high was, I was in Helium. I had a really good set. So that was my high. Felt really good.
Hell yeah.
And my low was later that night in the club, I sent a nude from the bathroom of Helium, and I feel like that's like it felt fun, but I feel like objectively after I was like, that was a low. And as it was happening, it was like a stall bathroom too, and as it was happening, and I was like, ooh, should I also send a video, because that was like the request. And
The request
from the
You can
audience.
just tell us which sugar daddy site.
It wasn't sugar daddy, it was the same thing I was talking about before. It was my ex that I'm still in love with. It's not a problem. This is how, guys, pick a male comedian that you hate right now, and we will start this
I don't
shit.
hate
We
Chris
will.
Rock.
No, but I'm just saying.
But you
like,
made it
pick
sound like I did, and I just wanted to be clear when he's listening to this podcast,
which
that I
he
don't
will
hate
be,
him.
because we're having
Chris
him
Rock,
on next week.
Friend of the pod.
Of the pod, father of the pod. But I was trying to take a video, like a nude, but then
Did you get fully nude in the
No, it was
stall?
No,
really-
I think it's more. That's
so
like
it was really
flash,
funny.
right?
So I got at the
Was it
top.
puss or titty?
It looks. It was great question. No face, a little bit of the chin, titties covered up.
No face, chin, no titties, pussy.
Feet.
Just like chin and pussy.
So okay, you know how the toilet has a hole? It's like the toilet hole and the reflection shows a nipple. It's very artistic. Very
Black
very
and white.
Like I'm telling you, he was like, "Oh my god, put this in a magazine."
Right,
This is-
very Ansel Adams.
Like I can't even jerk off.
It was like
to
a
this because the
Yosemite
quality
Because
is
it's
too
just
high.
honestly, it should be on walls.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever sent a nude that was so? I had professional like semi nudes taken one time back in my stripper days, and then one time I sent it as a nude, and it like the guy was like, "This is beautiful, but like it's not like." Dirty. It's not
Slutty.
like slutty enough. It's too like
That
you
was
know,
those were
polished.
those were the notes you got back from him.
yeah.
Not slutty enough.
Those were the notes.
He's like, "You're giving me Instagram. I want sloppy TikTok."
I want OnlyFans. I want the deep. I want
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
a $40 a month subscriber.
Sloppy TikTok is my porn name.
Sloppy TikTok. I think they probably censor that shit. But it was the low point was I had my.
I think the low point
I
is
took
just
everything-
being in a bathroom longer than you have to. I mean,
No,
like,
I
especially a
love
comedy club
it.
bathroom where you're just like a lot
Dude,
of foot traffic.
You're,
yeah,
you're
but
telling me
helium's
you
clean,
never.
right?
Helium's clean, but there was a woman, and this is the most fucking Philly thing ever. As I was doing this whole situation,
Go birds!
Did she yell that
basically, she
while
did
you-
the female equivalent of "Go Birds," which is my cousin Teresa just got picked up in an ambulance because she got alcohol poisoning. And she's telling this whole story, and the guy's like, well, send me a video too. I'm like, I could, but
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna do anything
Teresa's
for you.
not feeling well right now.
Yeah,
so I
I'm
can't send
sorry.
you a video.
Respect for
Yeah.
Teresa. Yeah, it would just be me like doing all my sexy things and
Slipping
it's like
on
she
someone's
fucking
vomit.
all over the place. I'm like, oh shit, Teresa taking a pulse. It's like turns into a fucking piece of evidence.
They're like slamming on your stall door and they're like, ma'am, what are you doing in there? And you're like, give me a second.
I'm either
like, turn on
shitting or
music.
taking a nude.
Yeah. She's literally
Turn on
doing a TikTok
Beyonce.
dance without a top on. Just
Yeah. What does anyone do in a bathroom
Yeah,
in
you just hear
Philadelphia?
Savage through the door. No, wait, sorry. Just one more take. I'm a.
Yeah. If you can make that work, you can
Yeah.
make it work anywhere. High low. Liz, what you got for
Low
us?
high, low high.
Okay,
Low,
I'm gonna
high,
go. I'm gonna go low and then I'll go high. So my low was it took like a month to get this doctor's appointment, and they moved it. So it was supposed to be on Monday. Friday they moved it, and they moved it to Tuesday. So I show up on Tuesday, and they say that I don't have an appointment, and I didn't freak out. I was just so fucking annoyed that I just dropped my phone on the counter, and I think it like startled her because as I dropped it, I was like. Every time. That's all I said. I just went every time and I dropped my phone. It startled her. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make a scene, but like, do you understand? It took a month to get this appointment. And then every time it's like, I've gotten parking tickets because of this doctor. You guys never have I don't understand. You're a whole hospital. How can you be this disorganized? And I'm saying it kind of at this level. And then I guess the manager of the hospital comes over and she was like, hi. How can I help you? And I just start crying. I'm just like, do you understand? Because she's a specialist and it took me forever to get an appointment with her. And then now I've gone to her like 4 or 5 times. And I peed blood. And so now they have to do like 80 tests to make sure I don't have cancer. So I'm on like my 4th test. And it's just like, I'm stressed. You've told me this is important. And then you don't do your job. So I'm
Right.
literally just like, crying, being like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but like, do you understand
did
that
this.
every time I come here, it's a like 4-hour wait, an appointment. I'm like sitting half naked in a room when she takes like 3 hours to come. Like, and then now I'm here and you tell me I don't have an appointment, but like you moved it, you called me. I talked like, so I was just being this crazy bit, and it was just, I could see everybody looking at me. I could, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm saying like not nice things. Like I'm not cursing at anybody, but I'm watching myself like lose every part of therapy. Like it just all went out the door. And just being that woman that's making a scene, it's just everything about it. I was like, oh, fuck.
But then there's also that moment where you're like, well, I'm here. I can't reel it back. So
I'm here. I might as well ruin someone's
fucking-
day.
Right? So yeah, like people already think I'm crazy. You think that's crazy? Let's fucking go. But that's that sounds incredibly
and you know, I'm stressed because this is now like my 4th test, and I'm not joking. I've gotten 2 parking tickets because of her. Keep in mind, like you have to move your car at 11. My appointment was at 8. Like in no
my God.
That's what I'm kind of talking about. And she's only like 3 stops away on the subway. So I think it's like every time something comes up with this doctor, doctor, and I've now seen her 5 times, that I just like, and then that happened, and I'm fucking here. I cleared my Monday schedule. Now I had to clear my Tuesday schedule. I'm not that busy, but I'm still mad about it.
Busy. For this, the point of
I'm mad.
Yeah.
So that was my low.
Did they deal with it?
Yeah, she was really nice. This woman had like literally makeup on. This manager, like, she pulled down her mask as a way, I guess, to basically
Bond.
be like, yeah, like to
Human.
bond with me.
Yeah.
And her makeup was like light pink, like think like 19, like your wall pink, like 8, like, and then it was outlined with like maroon, and it looked like you know when they exaggerate your lips, and it was just like this level of like lady that you know she's been doing the same makeup for 30 years, and she just emotionally held me and then got me my appointment, and I was like, thank you. Thank you, lady, for seeing these tears. And then I was wearing my coat, and I was so upset. You know when you almost get like a hot flash because you're just like so upset. So I'm just sitting, I take off my hat, I take off my coat, and then I just tried to read and pretend that people didn't see that.
What were you reading? Just anything you could grab? Like,
no, I had a book with me.
Okay, all right.
But like,
I didn't know if it was one of those.
I'm out there like looking at, you're like genuinely looking at like
GQ.
Yeah, I'm looking at like a bladder diagram.
Sure, yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
like,
It's just
oh,
like-
is that where the urethra is?
Well, it's like just same shit, different day for like the lady at the desk who was being like whatever.
She has to be, because it is the most the doctors disorganized, the people that run it, and it's a whole hospital, and you just want to be like, how is this possible?
Hospital. Oh, hospitals are so fucked up.
It's just come on, guys. You have all the programs, and you have like 16 receptionists. Like, how have you not gotten this down yet?
So you got it. You got the appointment. You went in.
I did, and it seems like I'm fine. It was like literally the 4th different test. They had to do like a sonogram and a cystoscopy, and like just a lot of, and it's not fun. It's just a lot of poking things.
Yeah.
So that was my low.
It's really nerve wracking.
My high is I headlined Baltimore yesterday.
Hell yeah.
And I was just supposed to do one show. Thank you so much. And I sold it out.
Hell yeah.
And then I basically pushed for a higher like
Pay.
yeah, like a higher rate, like a higher percentage.
Yeah.
And I
the door
basically
deal?
so basically saying like I'm pretty sure I can sell it out, and then I did, and then we added a second show, and I sold out that show.
Hell yeah.
And then he bought me a cake, and that's what the cake is.
So I brought us cake.
Yeah, I brought
she
cake.
had her
delicious
cake, and
cake.
I ate it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, daddy.
So that's what like felt good in the sense that like I was pretty sure I could, but I didn't know. And it's like a 70-seater. It's like not big, but
Whatever.
like
That's impressive.
That's
still.
140
Yeah,
people. You
I know. I was
out.
pretty excited
Came
about
out
it.
for you.
And I spent the pandemic believing in myself. Thank you so much.
Weird. Not falling down a QAnon hole.
Yeah, did not fall down a QAnon hole.
You can do both.
You can do
Yeah.
both.
I actually believe in QAnon and myself. I know how to as a woman. I know how to juggle multi weird beliefs. But no, like really, like learning to like push for things, and like so like same kind of situation. I'm going to Houston. I'm doing a one-nighter in Houston, and I usually work this other club. They didn't get back to me, so this other club reached out to me, and they said 50-50 for the door, and I was like, dude, that's really low. I go, I want the ticket price to be this. I want 75% of the door. I won't take the travel money if it's 70. Like I did all this negotiation, and he came back, and it pretty much matched what I wanted, and it wasn't much of a fight, and it was just like, yeah, man. Fucking, I know I can bring people in Houston. I know my value. 50-50, what are you doing? Like, that's like kind of how I feel. So it's just like more and more these things, like, I can live off that high for like a week. Like,
Hell yeah.
That just makes
Do
me
it.
feel proud of myself. Like,
Well,
both-
more than anything, it's the fact that like you went for it, and that's like a next level of confidence.
because there's like all the confidence we build with comedy and like figuring out like how to talk and how
We're
people
supposed to be building confidence.
You'll get there, sweetheart. But like the business side of it can always like think about like the best set you've ever had, and I can't tell you how many times like within like an hour I'm humbled by the business side of it, and I'm just starting to get to a place where I feel equally as good about my comedic abilities as I do my business abilities, because at the end of the day, sadly, it doesn't matter how funny you are in this business because if you're good at the business side, you can figure it out. And so I think more and more sticking up for myself, figuring that side out, and then utilizing what I've learned. So it was just like, it was like a part of my week where I was just like high-fiving myself. Like,
Hell yeah.
Dude, comedy is 80% emails. That is what I'm like, I am emailing. So I hired a part-time assistant
That's awesome.
to help me with email. And I'm like, this is a desk job, like stand-up comedy. But I think to
it's
your
like
point,
it's like when you find out police officers mostly do paperwork, and
I feel like what about hanging off a helicopter? You're like, oh, that's actually that's only 10%.
Nobody does that.
Mostly because of the paperwork. Like you have to log the gas hours and the helicopter miles, and you're just like, and you got to tip the guy.
You do need like a team behind you, whether you're doing stand up
your
or
victim.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well that's actually a good segue into my fatherly advice thing. This is the second time I've done this in this podcast. Like, what a great way to go into my thing. But I do, this will be the segment. Do you kind of want to explain the segment, Maria?
So fatherly advice. So that's what we Hot Dads pod. So we look for two things out of our guests. Number one, that they be hot. No, number one, that they give us tips on being hot in whatever way hot means to them. Health, beauty, wellness, spirituality. You know, we're big
temperature wise,
big on crystals. We don't give a shit. If you're big on crystals, though, good for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, rocks are great.
It's nice to like rocks.
Rocks are they're pretty and they're good for the environment.
Name of this episode: Rocks are great.
Rocks are great. And then the fatherly advice segment, which is the dads of Hot Dads pod, is that we get advice from our amazing guests who have forms of wisdom that we have yet to know, until which upon we ask such a question at those timing of now,
of then and for
ellipse
4 nights
furthermore.
yes
Unto which
okay, so this just kind of like dovetails into what you were talking about. I'm trying to like specify my question.
Why is it called dovetails?
I can actually tell you, as a furniture builder. Do you know what a dovetail joint is?
Nope.
It's where you
lock in.
Yeah. So it goes like, one is like, it's like, follow my finger. It's like this, and then like an upside down trapezoid, and then like that, and then picture the negative of that, and they slide together, and you can't.
And you don't need nails.
And
you don't need nails. You just use a little glue. Or if it's
like
a really good joint, you don't need shit.
So it's like it's almost like you know how Amish furniture will just come together like a puzzle.
Yeah,
and you don't have to use any.
It's like a puzzle.
Dovetails.
Okay.
The more you know, guys.
And that's actually where DuckTales came from. The show.
No.
Yeah, it is. They thought it was. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I'm like, damn, dude.
Somebody.
Honestly, you can tell me anything. Our last guest told us that a quarter was 25 grams, and I'm never gonna fact check that. I'm just gonna fucking spread that information around. I'd be like, next time you want to weigh your drugs, put a couple quarters in there.
That is incredible to me.
We'll never know. Did I believe that?
Do you want to guess why it's called DuckTales? I just want to do a quick test.
Because okay, hold on. Because there are ducks in it. There's animated ducks.
Good start.
And
strong start.
And tails is a double meaning, because ducks have tails, but also they're telling stories, which are tales. It's a homonym. And that's what
answer?
I have, but there also might be a reference to something in there. There might be another. No? Oh, okay. You just want
it's a children's show.
I'm just hoping,
it's one-dimensional.
I mean, but is it like, it's like, you know how we think,
yo, bro, it gets deep.
That's what they say about Pixar movies, but then there's some levels. I don't know.
I'm just trying to help you build confidence by seeing that you do know stuff.
Look at how I'm sitting. Look at what am I cold, or do I hate myself?
It doesn't have to be one or the other. It's like QAnon and I don't know, fake coming. I can't remember what the two things were. Yourself and QAnon.
Self-love and QAnon. Yeah. You fell into one of those things during the pandemic.
So Grace,
your Eat, Pray, Love is crazy right now.
Honestly, I'm hoping to do a tour that I want to invite.
Eat, Pray, Dovetail.
Eat, Pray, Dovetail. And that's going to be my tour. And I'm going to invite very well-adjusted women out to my shows.
How are you going to find them?
Try to undo... I don't know, probably posting things and do hashtag self-love, and then they'll just come to me.
Those women are not healthy. Hashtag self-love women, have you lost your mind?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's healthy. I don't know. Probably
maybe
the people
over
who love
it
themselves aren't.
Maybe hashtag over it.
They're probably not on Instagram. I got to go find them
No,
They're probably
some
free
of them
range women. Free range women.
Just outside wandering in a field.
My fatherly advice that I have to ask you is I've heard tales of your business savviness. I've heard tales from multiple people, DuckTales, of your
DuckTales.
newsletter building skills.
Yeah.
And this is something where I feel like whoever's listening, Chris Rock, whoever's listening, like this can also be not just applied to the comedy business, but also anyone
building a business.
Everyone building a business. We are all our own business. So my question to you is, I want to do something that's not just like give me your tips, but let's start.
What if
she
gives you one hot tip
right
out of that category? Like, what's one thing?
How should I go about
Liz?
building my newsletter, and is it crucial?
That's like 4 questions, but
I honestly, so
just the last one.
I'll say this. The problem with social media, and we're starting, like Twitter is such a great example. You can have 200,000 followers on Twitter, but now that it's dying, what does that matter?
Sure.
You can't connect with them.
It's like being big on Facebook.
Yeah. It's dying and people are leaving it. Instagram is starting to die and people are leaving it. TikTok, they keep changing their goddamn algorithm and it's changing. And eventually that's going to be old news. MySpace is dead. Vine is dead. So you can utilize social media. That's great. You can build up from it. But to put all your eggs in that basket, both in the sense that you're at a whim to them because they're changing the algorithm constantly. So even if I have a video go viral, it still doesn't reach all of my followers. It'll reach like 50% of my followers and then give me new followers. But I just want the people that already like me to see my shit and I can't get to it. So I try to get as many. You're never going to get the same amount that follow you on social media to be on your newsletter, but you can try to get all your super fans and the people that are interested in seeing you live or knowing when you have a sale for something or you think they're going to invest in you on more than what we're already doing for free online.
Real fans.
Real fans. And like, put it this way, somebody sees a video, they like it, that's somebody that liked your comedy. Somebody that follows you, that's somebody that's slowly becoming invested, maybe considers themselves a fan. If they buy an album, maybe they're a stronger fan. They come see you live, that's a great fan. And if they go on your newsletter, that's a super fan. That's somebody that wants to know when your book comes out, when, you know, when you're touring near them, when your special is coming out. This person does not want to miss anything that involves you and your craft. So not only are you going to reward them with them getting the first bit of information, but they might get discounts. They might get extra things. Think OnlyFans, but less fee. Like, right. You know what I mean?
Patreon.
Like,
or more.
Yeah, Patreon. Yeah. So thank you. I was like, oh, there's a thing already out there.
You're like, shit, I need to take down my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Just for my newsletter.
There's non-sexual OnlyFans, though.
I know.
It's
weird.
It's
it's like watercolor OnlyFans, but it's like, I'm sure once you subscribe, you're still going to get tit pics.
Yeah, no, it's like hidden.
It's
hidden in the pond. In my mind, that was like a pond of ducks.
A lot of ducks in the water.
A lot of ducks happening.
So
big duck theme.
So what
big duck energy.
Big duck. Big duck. I love the episode that we're creating. Mm-hmm. So I guess what I'm saying is first of all, have realistic expectations. If I have a high number on a certain social media, I have maybe a 1 to 3% following, like, part of my newsletter. But I'm constantly trying to convert people, and you can easily do it via social media. I do it live at shows. I have business cards. Like, it's my main goal to make somebody, because I put so much free stuff online that I don't feel bad asking them in the future to spend $20.
Totally.
That's not a real ask. And that newsletter, they can unsubscribe at any time. And most of the time, I'm only sending an email 6 weeks before I'm going to be in the town from the zip code you gave me, and the week before I'm going to be in the town from the, and then maybe if I have
Very
a special.
sparse.
You know what I mean? So you're getting at most 2 emails a year from me, and sometimes you'll get an email every 2-3 years depending on what town you live in. So it's like not a big ask. Most people that are excited about you are willing to do it. My conversion rate when somebody, so I'll put a poster of all my tour dates, and there's always somebody that's like, where's Chicago? Why not LA? And you want to be like, hey man, I was there 2 months ago, or I was there, whatever. And I go, hey, I'm definitely going to come back, but I don't know when yet. Best way to know when I'm going to be in your city is to join my newsletter. And I put the URL. My conversion rate from that message to that person directly is like 90%.
Hell yeah.
So
because they're asking a targeted question.
And I'm giving them the information and I'm going to follow through on it. So I get a little annoyed where they'll be like, when are you going to come to LA? And I'd be like, best way to know is to join my newsletter. And they're like, I'll just keep looking. And you're just like, hey man,
whatever.
I was there in August and you missed it. So this isn't but you can't push people. So I put all the information out there.
Tell them to go to therapy.
Yeah,
and come back and join your newsletter.
Yeah, exactly. And then when they inevitably go to therapy for their other girlfriend, you're just like, fine, at least he got help. It's fine.
Please come to my
It's fine.
show.
It's
Please.
fine.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
fine.
care
I'm
if you
not
have
resentful. It's fine.
Do you think there's a podcast called Men in Therapy?
Oh God, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's
I
an
think
OnlyFans
so.
podcast.
Yeah.
for
But I think it's
sure.
also
Just men being
run-
like, I am the problem. Thank you for making me aware of that.
But honestly, like those are just often the most problematic men sometimes.
Well,
like
but that's 'cause they're
I've
lying
met-
in therapy.
Well, yeah, I've met quite a fair amount of people, especially like in Brooklyn, who do that. Like therapy is no longer a must for me because I've met people who are like actually very together and don't do therapy or haven't, and then I've also met the opposite.
It's
People who
really
are
just
all
like,
kinds.
I think it's just self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like, and if you need it through therapy, which I absolutely needed it because
Yeah.
like therapy is where I gained my self-awareness. But I know people that have read books. I know people that have had traumatic, life-changing experiences. Like
people that have smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah. Well, however you get yourself to some level of self-awareness, great. And then you're open to more self-awareness. But I think it's just easier to be like, just pay a person to like make you
Exactly.
look at a mirror.
If you're not
Exactly.
causing problems and you're not costing anyone else money or time, then don't go to therapy. That's fine. But like if you're a fucking pain and you're always whining to your friends about the same stuff, that what a coincidence, you don't change anything that you do about it, and
Or
it
you
stays
should start
exactly
paying
like
your
it
friends.
is.
That's
would be
also
nice.
a
There's-
workaround.
So there's a Netflix documentary that just came out, and it's Jonah Hill and his therapist, and it's
yeah.
about his therapist. And he's like, here's my problem with most therapists, like, not this guy who's like obviously sees a lot of celebrities and important people, blah blah whatever. He's like, you go to your therapist and they sit there quietly and they listen to you. He's like, and then you talk to your dumb fucking friends and they listen to you and then they give you advice. And he's like, it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
How about the person who knows what they're talking about gives
you
me
advice.
actual advice?
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's why I don't necessarily need to go to a therapist. I sometimes just consult like my wise, no nonsense aunt. I kind of need someone with like who's just gonna sit there and has a lot
tell
of
you
life
the truth.
experience. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll tell you how it is.
No,
Like,
I'll tell you the truth.
You'll tell me.
I
Well,
mean
by
me.
my wise, no nonsense aunt, I do mean that badass in a cardigan over there.
Yeah.
Aunt
Major-
Maria.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, auntie. Wait, I feel like wait, you're going to say something and then I want to take it back to your business.
Yeah,
pitches.
I believe just anybody that's 10 years older than you or more can just give you just some perspective, just to be like, stop worrying about that. And you're like, thank you so much.
Yeah, oh, for
Just to
sure.
be clear, not 10 years older than Grace.
No, I didn't think you were.
No, I know you didn't think that.
Your sweater is, but-
telling our fans. My sweater is very high end.
It looks the perfect amount of cozy where it's like it looks cozy but it actually looks comfortable. Like it doesn't look like you're wearing like burlap, and it's like
Burlap.
itchy.
Who's wearing a burlap
You know what I mean? Like
cardigan?
when you're like, ooh, this looks cozy, and then you put it on, you're like,
scratchy?
this is
Yeah.
fucking.
Scratchy. It's not scratchy.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Where's it from? Sponsored by Topshop. It's really cool. We have a different sponsor every episode.
Friend of the pod,
So in
Top Shop.
conclusion,
Yes.
I would say finding a way to be consistent both in asking people to join your newsletter, but also being consistent with what you're going to do. So what you're telling them is join my newsletter and this thing will happen.
Yes.
And then actually making it happen. And whatever you do, it could be a weekly newsletter where you write an essay. It could be something that you only tell people when your shows are happening. Watch your mouth. Please
Imagine
I'm the
having to read
guest.
an essay a
I'm the
week.
guest. But no, I mostly
about
use
you.
it as I used to use it as like these are some of my favorite things and this is
Yeah.
something to do. I mostly keep it much simpler now because I don't really enjoy doing it. It really is like admin work. But the point of them joining it, and I tell them that, is to know when I'm going to be in your town. I collect their email and their zip code. That's it. And so they'll get an email everybody in
it's
Baltimore.
separated by-
As soon as I have the link for the Baltimore show, it's like, hey, in 6 weeks I'm going to be here. This is where you can get tickets. Just so you let you know, there's 15 tickets left, like that kind of thing. And you just keep it consistent, and now people can depend on you. But you have to let them know what your newsletter is and when you're going to send it, whatever capacity. Only when I'm in your area, every other month, whatever it is, and then be consistent about it.
That's amazing.
For
And
all the
yeah.
people listening, I do want to say this. Even if you don't have a business and you don't care about that shit at all, what you can get out of this, besides getting to look at Liz, which is nice for everyone, is what is completely fucking true in life, in every scenario. Keep it consistent.
Yeah.
So
Keep it
hard and
fucking
so
consistent.
simple.
If
It's
you
my
can be
biggest
consistent
downfall.
with your sleep, with the things that you get done towards a tangible goal that you understand how those things then net out to the goal that you want, like diet, if you're trying to eat a certain way, like so many things, like in a relationship, like taking care of the relationship consistently, all that shit, you know, like if I would just do my dishes instead of just doing them one time a week and then being like, oh, they're stacking up again. What's going on?
How is
It's
that
like
happening?
It's like I eat every day. You know?
Yeah. That's a good.
So,
That's a good
keep it consistent.
inconsistency to have, though. Out of all the inconsistencies,
Yeah, keep it
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah, I think that's a really good. And also, it's like the reason I asked you that too is I've seen firsthand, and I think I might have seen on like your Instagram stories and stuff, that you have very loyal fans.
Yeah.
Like you have. I remember seeing or something where it's like a couple that always came out. And
Yeah,
like,
they're really sweet.
Yeah,
I know the
yeah,
couple.
exactly. So that's very cool. And then I feel like, you know, whenever we get a Patreon, we need to have Liz back on for like a fucking seminar or something, and like showing us how to do in real life, because I will have follow-up questions.
It's going to become a comedy admin.
Honestly,
Huge followership.
You just record me, and I'm like, this is how you handle it, ladies.
yeah, exactly. Niche, but I feel like it's a niche, sad Venn diagram audience. That's my hot dad question, or my just fatherly question, and
your
you
fatherly
nailed it.
advice
I'm going to
question.
have like I'm going to bug you
Yeah,
later
go
because
I'm happy to.
I'm business dumb at the moment.
But you're going to be so business smart someday.
It's going to be
So
nuts.
business smart. What's your
Should I have
question?
kids?
Please tell me that's your real one. Yes, I love it.
I like to do
Go
so,
off, and keep in mind that
unfortunately-
whatever you say, she'll do.
Oh, good. Oh, that's so much
Not
power.
true at all.
Absolutely,
Maybe it's true. Anyway, no, that felt like a fun one. So sometimes we ask, like the last one, I was like, should I follow up with my landlord about getting a dishwasher? And you get, should I have kids?
Yeah. No, I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you really like thinking about it, or have you always been anti-kid? Like where?
I think I'm a mostly no, but if I
Yeah.
did it, I would adopt, because there's just already enough kids in the world. So I
Yeah.
don't need to like make one that looks like me.
Would you do
Because
it?
I'm not selfish. Okay.
Would you do it alone?
No,
So this is 100%. You have a solid
I have
partner,
a partner.
and you guys are on the same page.
No, we're on different pages. Should I have kids with him?
He does not know we're in a relationship. He's
He
married
doesn't
with
know I'm
3 kids.
adopting.
He's actually
but
the guy I've had sex
about-
with twice.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a crazy
Ooh.
third sexual experience.
I told him I was on birth control.
Should I keep my dinner date with him on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm pregnant, so what should I do with it?
I'm pregnant, so do you want to split the check? Or?
I was just talking to Carmen Lynch about this because I went to this fucking doctor, and
Carmen Lynch, friend of the pod.
friend of the pod, she's great. So Carmen Lynch was over, and she was asking me how my appointment was. And so literally you fill out paperwork and you're like, not pregnant. And then finally they put you in a room and a nurse goes, hey, are you pregnant? And you go, no. And then another nurse comes in and they're like, hey, are you pregnant? And you're like, still no. And then another nurse comes in there, hey, we need a urine sample. And keep in mind, I'm here because of my bladder. And I go, hey, I asked if I could pee. They said I could pee. There's nothing inside there. So why do you need a urine sample? I'm very cagey at this appointment. And she goes, well, we have to make sure you're not pregnant. And I was like, I don't know what I have to do to let you women know that it's either the Lord's baby,
Yeah.
or it's nothing. But there's nothing inside me, I promise you. And I understand it's because they have to prod and they don't want to kill anything
Yeah.
when they fucking do the
Sure.
cystoscopy. But it's like, what? Like, ladies, communicate. I don't know how much big, but it's don't you feel like it's every appointment? It doesn't matter. You could be going in for a manicure, and I feel like a woman's going to be like, are you pregnant? Because this is a little toxic.
Honestly,
like,
every time I go into my gynecologist's office, number one, they ask me if I'm on birth control, and it's
you
like,
should know.
and it's like, if you don't know what you prescribe, then nobody knows. Like, it's the beginning of a bit I have about going there. Just full disclosure. They also asked me, it's like, yeah, my grandpa still has diabetes. Like, I've been coming here for 6 years. It hasn't changed. He died a long time ago.
Yeah.
So the diabetes,
Put
not
that
going
on
to
there.
change. But what was I going to say? Yeah. So when I went and got a biopsy on my cooch, when the doctor was done taking it, she goes, okay, just, don't have sex for 3 days. You'll be fine. And then they send me to the recovery room, and a nurse comes up and they're like, don't put anything up there, not even a tampon, for a week. And I was like, okay. And then the next recovery nurse, who was like checking me out, she goes, I mean, it's whatever. And I was like, okay, so
hey guys, it's a week's a big span, like a to like tomorrow to a week of putting anything in there from cotton to a dick. It's like a wide range.
Yeah.
But also it's like you're just at that point you're just finding out way more about the nurses than what you should do.
I was like can you just sense who I am? Is that why you're like, it's whatever?
Do your best. Just do your best not to put things inside that pocket of
I
yours.
can tell from
What
the way
have
you're
we
walking
said about this? Okay.
Right, that's like them being like, you're probably a real whore.
Yeah, she's like,
you last as
exactly.
long as you can.
Yeah. Do what you can.
Yeah, do your best.
Yeah.
We'll follow up. I think when it comes to kids, I think you instinctually kind of know, and then depending on your partner, it might 10 to 20% lean you in certain directions. But I think, you know how you're born with all the eggs you're going to have as a woman? You know that fun fact?
Yes.
I also believe you know what you're going to do with them.
Like the manual's built in with the hardware.
Kind of.
I for sure, like, I agree with that because in, what was it, like 5th grade, we had to write a letter to our kids, like our future kids.
And I didn't do the assignment because I knew I wasn't having them.
And I was like, hey, thank you for not existing.
You don't exist.
Well, no, I just remember, like, even before
And you never will.
yeah, I was just like, this feels weird. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, sup? But people who have wanted kids.
You up your children. I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
But I agree. I feel like it's something that I very rarely hear stories of people being like, yup, I was a hard no, and then I was a yes. Or even more rarely, I was a hard yes, and then I was no. You fucking never hear that.
Yeah, I think you intrinsically know. Now, what actually happens, whether it's somebody pressures you into it or a mistake happens or whatever, that's what changes it. I don't think it's actually what you want change.
Yeah.
I think maybe you might mature, become more self-aware, maybe know that you don't want kids because this thing happened, or you do want kids, but it was actually because it was pressure, whatever it is. That awareness can maybe, but I think intrinsically knowing what you want is there. And it's like the same way of like finding who you are as a person takes some digging. I think that thing is also like it's there, and you might just learn why you're anti or pro kids. But like, I don't think it really changes that much.
I think I
just
could
went
go
through-
either way. I think I could be happy with kids,
Yeah.
and I think I could be happy without kids.
I mean, that's
Well, then it depends on your partner and timing, I guess.
Yeah, I think my partner would need to really want to have kids for kids to come up. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like I really like my life, so the idea that it would be about someone else first is just like,
yeah. I mean, you already have so many plants. It just seems like a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, someone would have to come before your plants.
Because the plants are like what you water them once a week. These kids, it's like I think it's like almost every other day.
you
Yeah.
have to water them.
Yeah.
And if they
You
die,
use the same
people
thing.
get
You can use
furious.
this
And you can't bottom feed them the way you can plants.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's not one of those bowls that you can just put in them.
And leave for the weekend.
Yeah, I feel like once it's
They don't
time
even
and
let
you found
leave
the
them
partner
for a couple of hours for like years.
I
Yeah, or
know,
in the
it's
car. You're like, I was coming
crazy.
back. God, Jesus, these firefighters just so cagey.
Fucking.
Just picking up a prescription for my baby. I'm kind of a good parent.
She's fine. I left her here with the bong.
She
She's
cries whether I'm
chilling
here
out.
or not here.
Yeah,
okay?
so it doesn't really matter. Also, I left
Honestly-
my cell phone with her. She was playing Angry Birds.
She's playing. She solved Wordle in
What year is it?
I know.
Liz still she
Fucking old woman.
right after she
Candy
played
Crush,
Candy
you
Crush.
dumbass.
I know. It's just.
I actually I was just playing Mario Party with my siblings. So that's like, but I don't really know game. Like whatever game my brother's playing is the game I know at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's your brother?
27.
Okay,
28.
okay. For some reason, like when you said whatever game my brother's playing, I'm picturing like a 12.
Oh, yeah, that's the funny thing
He's like
about-
a full-grown man.
Men playing games, there's
Yeah.
no way of aging them. They could be
Yep.
literally 14 or 55. Like,
Yeah.
because they all
Right. Although it's a lot funnier picturing your 55-year-old brother just
Yeah,
playing Mario Party.
Yeah, my dad had him really young.
Yeah.
There are
He had him at 10 years old.
he had them while he was being had.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's your brother will be a 55-year-old playing Mario Party though.
That is very, very valid. That
I
will
don't
be
think
happening.
so. I don't think we'll get that far as a society.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I don't think.
No, we're fine.
I'm not going to live to be 55.
Gracie's like, I plan to murder your brother.
Yeah, tomorrow.
My brother would be like, thanks. Like, I'm
He'd
pretty
be like,
tired.
they're so hot. They can do whatever they want to do. I joined because I went through I have a habit of being with guys who want marriage and kids, and I
Same.
don't, and I'm always up front, and I think I gotta like really
but
change.
they lie to themselves. For
They're
a
like,
couple of
I'm
years,
chill, and
then
I'm
they're
going to be
like,
the
"Oh,
one to
but
change her, and
I
then
do
we
want
go through this
that."
whole. So this last one was especially painful because like we just got along. Oh, same person as the nudes. Yep, I'm figuring it out. I'm making good decisions, but it was
broken
so. I really tried to push myself. Like I joined a motherhood clarity newsletter
I'm
where
sorry,
it's like
what?
they do. Yeah, there's like
clarity.
I'd
That
read a
sounds like
lot of
a cult.
Yeah, a little bit.
it probably is, but it's like I was like, should I have kids? And in one of these many almost like daily Google searches, I found this like motherhood clarity course, and it's like, this is a 6-week. I never did the thing. I just signed up for their newsletter.
Did they tell you that abortion is wrong?
No. I mean,
yet.
they
She
were
didn't get far
probably
enough
like, what?
You said that you didn't get deep enough in. To
Yeah. I'm sure they would have.
Keep
I mean, they had a lot
it.
of pictures, like stock photos of stacked stones. So I feel like that was, you know what I mean?
That is
so
a bad
I
sign.
feel like
That's a
it was
bad
only a
sign.
matter of time.
Did you give me your credit card?
Yes. And my firstborn. That is what happened.
Yeah, that's a great question. What
Yeah.
did you have to get? Did you have to give them
I
your zip
didn't-
code and your
I
email?
didn't.
Like, how are they in newsletters compared to
Coming
Liz?
to Baltimore, guys.
Yeah.
They're like, we're headlining, and we're gonna take all of y'all.
It actually is just a comedian that's like, you know what? I'm gonna get some sad women.
Yeah.
Some confused sad women I think are my fan
Liz,
base.
just tell us if this is your
It
newsletter.
is my newsletter. I'm like stack stones, a couple of crystals, maybe like a cat in the corner. I'm gonna get so many
You
women.
know the stock photos I'm talking about, though, right? It's like a
yeah.
rocky
Stack
beach.
stones, yeah.
Like and then
Yeah,
it's like
Zen garden.
water.
It's a Zen garden with, like, the trickle.
which is
of
the
water.
opposite. Can we just say it's the opposite of motherhood? Those rocks are across the room. They are
it's more like
thrown.
lava.
Well, not only that,
That's
but
what motherhood
Zen
is. That's
the
your
opposite of
vagina.
motherhood.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So anyway, I really pushed myself, and I've just accepted that like at this point it would take a huge
How old are you?
swing. I'm 31.
Wait,
So
what? I need you to tell us what the newsletter said.
it was just like
I told you about the stones.
It's like testimonials. It's like literally
What were
just
the
stock photos.
What
And I'm
were
like,
the-
I got it. I want to be a mother.
It
And
was
like, you look at
women
enough
holding
wheat.
children's hands. What were the
The
testimonials?
testimonials were like, fucking Dr. Ann helped me, and now I have 6 kids, or now I fucking killed my husband. Like whatever it is,
Was
like
it
a little
what-
snippet, and it's like, take this quiz. We're taking appointments. Again, this was like the free sample. I didn't actually get into it. The fact that I was
100%
subscribed.
gonna look this up and find out what they're
For
trying
sure.
to
I'm still
trick you into.
subscribed.
You're
It's-
still subscribed.
Yeah.
Well, did anyone go? Dr. Ann helped me realize that kids are fucking annoying, and so I skipped
Probably.
it.
I mean, again, I didn't like it. I never really went into
Motherhood
it.
clarity.
Motherhood clarity.
That's
course.
really
Do
I mean,
you think
that's a
they have
good-
fatherhood clarity courses.
well, let's get upset about that. Definitely.
Let's fucking here. Hold
No, I
on.
will say this though, like motherhood clarity is a good way to word it. Like
so
that
you
is
said,
what.
are there did you say are there fatherly newsletters? And all I could think is like they didn't show up like the newsletter. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
all
they
right,
just
here's
never
what it
sent the
says.
newsletter. Like they never
forgot. They're like, I don't know. She'll do
I don't
it.
know. I mean,
All right.
like, ask your
You'll
mom.
spend months exploring and understanding the many feelings
Months?
associated with. It's a big decision with making in which you will be in an
I
underground,
was hoping for like a
air
10-question
filtered
quiz.
bunker. Fuck, I should have read this before. The
It
many
does-
feelings
it's not in a
associated.
bunker.
It's not. A judgment free, so it takes place in a Planet Fitness structured environment to help determine the right
Well, no,
choice
it's a
for
structured
you.
environment, so it can't be Planet Fitness.
Right, exactly, which is pure anarchy. Will help you access and embody what's true for you and how to move toward action that is aligned with your newfound clarity.
And how much is this course?
I think it was like $600 or something.
Of course it was.
Shit.
I don't know. I mean,
you're gonna be a mother someday. You need that money.
exactly. That should be disposable. I was gonna say you should be able to spend. Anyway, I feel like I've stressed out
spending-
so much about this, and I feel like it's very rare and cool to be in the position you're in where you're like, I could go either way. So I think once you have the partner and the timing, call Liz again and ask her.
Oh, so I guess you're giving out the fatherly advice
yeah.
this week.
Well, I'm
Gracie.
giving out the motherly advice, which is ask your father. So, you know, yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think it's a mostly no. But if I was with a partner who like really wanted to have kids, I wouldn't be like, oh no, I absolutely wouldn't do it. I mean, I think probably not going to come out of my body. I feel pretty confident about that.
Yeah.
But like
a lot of gross stuff that can go wrong.
You know, I'd love to get one that's like already talks.
Get one.
You know what I mean? You know,
Get one,
like
yeah.
foster, you know, to adopt, lease to own kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like I would for sure take
is
like
tough,
an
but
older kid because like those are the kids that can't get placed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll take a weird 14-year-old. Like, we'll figure it out.
You're
For
a weird
sure.
14-year-old.
That's 100% true.
You could play Mario Party.
even-
Yeah.
You know,
I would do that.
you'll be 55
Okay.
by the time.
I'll do the dishes Monday, you do it Tuesday, and we will be cool. You just want a roommate, I think is what you want.
You want a roommate who you can kind of like give advice to.
You're like,
Auntie
Bradley, do the
Maria,
dishes. I'm your mother.
Do you have?
I'm your mother. Why did you say it like that?
I'm your mother. I'm your Auntie Maria.
Oh my God. I'm definitely not going to tell my son to call me Auntie Maria.
I'm going to tell my son to call me Auntie
I
Maria.
bet you are.
Do you have
I'm going
nieces
to
and
tell your son to
nephews?
call me Auntie Maria. Okay, that was upsetting. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
liked it,
have
though.
a nephew and 2 nieces.
How do you like them?
They're great. I'm a
Cool.
huge fan.
Great.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an indicator. Maybe you don't even need the.
It's zero.
$600
I feel like it's a zero
motherhood
indicator.
clarity course.
I mean, I love. Yeah, it's
I
zero.
love
It's-
being an aunt.
I love
I do
my.
not want children.
Well, and I also
Disease.
love kids. Like I really enjoy kids.
Yeah,
But I don't
same.
feel like if I don't have kids that I'm like that the trajectory of my life is sad in some way or that it's not what I want it to be.
And can
Yeah,
we talk
same.
about the bullshit thing? This was kind of in my last relationship. They were like, but you're so good with kids and you love kids. And I'm like,
I hate when people
but
do
it's
that.
like, dude, that you could love being on a speedboat, but you don't want to own, you don't want to
I'm really
buy,
good with
own.
speedboats.
Yeah, you're really great with speedboats. But it's like, yeah, of course. If I have a friend, I'll go on their speedboat. Blah blah blah. I know this is a weird. I'm saying this like I spend a lot of time on boats.
What
and
if
I
it's
don't.
what if it's a sailboat? Is that
Okay,
okay?
sailboat's better, right?
I was just
sailboats
trying
make
to
me a
pitch
little
different
nervous.
kinds of boats.
No, because they
Let's just
they
get out of the
rock-
ocean.
Let's
I think
get
you're
out of
not
the
ready.
ocean.
I don't think you're ready.
It's a lake.
It's the next 45
Guys, let's
minutes
get back on land. Let's get back on land. I don't
Because
think
you
But my
appreciate them
point is,
doesn't mean you want to have
yes,
one.
there we go. Let's.
Yeah.
I love.
And just
now.
because you're good at something doesn't mean you should. There's so many things I'm good at, and I still
Right.
choose to wake up at noon and tell jokes at night.
Yeah, and there's so many things,
and I'm not that great at it. Like,
I disagree, but you did just steal my joke, which I was going to say. And you can do a lot of things that you shouldn't be doing.
Exactly.
Okay, like comedy. But you got to it first. It's because
sorry.
Typical.
No,
Real
no.
guest energy.
of the-
I'll be taking the jokes, guys.
It's because of the newsletter.
We're just here to
you
tee
know
you
what I
up.
mean?
It makes her quick. Should we go into the hot portion?
Yeah, let's do the hot portion. You
Yeah.
go first.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Fuck. I'm not ready. Do you have yours?
What brings you peace?
Oh wow.
What will bring me
That's-
peace?
God.
Am I answering that?
Yes. Like what's a way that you have found peace like that has made you feel more like confident and clear that I should
Oh,
I
doing
should
a
take
hop
on.
because we're, I think, very similar when it comes to comedy. Doing something crafty and creative that does not have a career goal.
like an artist date from like the Artist Way.
Just something. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you do watercolors. I don't care if, like, I started doing embroidery. I don't care. It doesn't even have to last. I don't care if you make like little necklaces. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you can braid your plants. I do not care what it is, but you should have something that you do, because we're crafty people. So I think we always have to be crafty, but now the craftiness is connected to money and success and survival.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just think to have something crafty, something that's intrinsically important to us, that is
Artistic joy.
yeah, it just isn't like, it's a game changer for me. And,
I
and to not
totally
care if you're
agree.
good at it or not. Like, I do want to be good at it, but like, I don't.
It's not keeping you up at night.
Pure
Exactly.
enjoyment. Well,
Yeah.
once you get
Until you
a
start that newsletter.
paycheck, yeah, the embroidery newsletter.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah, it's actually, the newsletter is written embroidery. It takes me
embroidery.
forever.
and they're individual, and you actually mail them.
It's called embroidery clarity.
yeah. It's $600.
Yeah, it's,
But
Those
I think
things
that's
are
so-
always $600. That's what I was waiting to hear from you, is how expensive the course was.
right. But $600 seems like totally. It's like exactly on target for what you would guess.
but I guess a part of me is like, I struggle with meditation. And we're both CrossFitters. We're both runners. We're both like, so it's like the closest I've gotten to like peace and acceptance and enjoyment has been something that's active, that I get nothing out of it other than the enjoyment of doing it. So I'm never going to be a great CrossFitter. I've never been a good runner. I've never been really good at drawing or any kind of art. I just like it.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel better. And I think we forget that because everybody's like,
that's
are you
fine.
going to go to the CrossFit Olympics or whatever the fuck those things are? Like, and you're like, no, man, I barely can lift 100 pounds. Like I'm like 10% stronger than I was when I started doing CrossFit, but I like it.
Yeah. But are you sweating?
Yeah.
Did you work out? Are you less likely to freak out on your coworkers?
Yeah.
Because you have some
Did I see a couple of people that I barely know their names, but I like seeing them?
There's so many people. This is real. There's like so many people at my gym. I mean, I go to a really big gym, but like people in CrossFit, I'm just explaining this to the, at large. You know people's names. You learn people's names in class because you get partnered up with them to like do deadlifts or whatever. But there's so many people that know my name and I don't know their name, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like every time.
Do you do the whole thing where you just do the workaround? You ask someone else what their name is.
Oh, I do it sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't matter enough to figure it out.
For sure.
Because you're going to learn it and you're going to forget it again.
Yeah.
So you're like, how much will I scramble?
We're inconsistent from like comedy and traveling and whatever. And then they'll be inconsistent where they haven't been here in 4 months and you're like, dude, there's people I saw yesterday that I don't know their name of. There's no way I'm going to know this girl's name.
So many white
much
guy
RAM.
comedians and you want me to remember a person who goes to my gym's name?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely not. I'm just gonna say Jason, and we'll move on.
Yeah,
okay.
like,
there's
a
only
lot of
call it a
Jasons
day.
in
so
CrossFit.
many names.
You're Jason. You're Jason.
Everybody's Jason.
You're Jason.
Also, I have
You
a
can call me Jason.
I call everybody dude or bud. Like it naturally comes out, and it's just people are like, "Oh, it's because you don't know their name." I was like, "No, it's even if I know your name,
I say
you're
babe.
Oh, I like a babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I
or
call my
say-
boyfriends dudes.
Or
So
I'll say
I don't know.
I say dad, but I say it to women or men.
Yeah, daddy.
Like, hey, Dad.
daddy.
Hey, dad.
That's I've never heard that. I've heard like daddy, but I've never heard dad.
I just do dad.
And
Is
then
that why
she
is
asks for money. It's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, dad.
Some rent.
Is that why this is called? Is that why this podcast is called Hot Dads? Because you don't know my name and you're just like
This whole time.
dad.
Sorry,
yeah.
Dad.
Shit.
Sorry,
That's fine.
Dad D.
That can be like the hook. The
Yeah,
suspense
that's what we're
that
calling
gonna
our fans,
lead everyone.
daddies.
Oh, I like that.
I just want to chime in on the fatherly. I know I'm backpacking. Is that as soon as you
say you're backpacking?
I'm piggybacking. Sorry,
Oh.
I'm backpacking.
I was like,
That
backpacking
as
through
soon
where?
as
Cross country
you get-
skiing. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. Help.
I'm already eat, pray, loving it. I'm so exhausted.
Absolutely. Yeah. What was it? Eat, pray.
Eat,
Eat,
pray,
something.
dovetailing it.
Eat, pray, dovetailing. Yeah. Okay. Wait. I'm not gonna backpack on that. I'm gonna keep calling it backpacking, not piggyback. Backpacking. I'm going to ask you your hotness question, which is, elaborate more on your hair tips, because I know you said your hair was very dirty right now. I'm sorry for outing you, but I think it looks adorable.
But dirty hair usually looks the best.
It actually, it stays in place.
Yeah.
Because the dirt is like a moose.
But you look like an athleisure fairy princess right now. Like you got a little braid, you got a little wispiness.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You're like Disney princess goes to the gym.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I slept in this. Okay. So what happened is I had really long hair, like hair down to my ass, and then I didn't wash it all pandemic, and I was like, let's just cut it. Like this is a mat. So
Too late.
It's too late. I cut it, and I've always wanted to try short hair. So I did short hair, and I genuinely liked it because I have curly hair, and I genuinely was like, oh, this is awesome. And then I realized I am too lazy for short hair because you always have to do, especially with curls, you always have to do it, and I didn't want to. So I started growing it out again so that I could braid it or put it in buns or whatever. So I'm now in this weird, my hair hits like right here, and because I'm always like, I feel like we give off lesbian vibes. Would you say? Yeah. And I don't. It just always has been. I don't know if it's because we're women in comedy. I don't know if it's because I love.
We don't have dicks in our mouths.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I love a good sweatshirt, jeans, and a
Had a
beanie.
ball bust.
And now that I have no highlights in my hair, I just like I feel real les vibes. And that's, I mean, I don't care, but when you're trying to get a boyfriend, you're like, we should fix this. So because my hair is in
what I'm doing wrong? I'm not trying to fix it.
I say
Maybe
don't fix it. I say if it filters out the weak ones.
So I got little cat eye stamps. I do a cat eye stamp, and then I look at hair tutorials we're just going to give a little bit of femininity that takes 5 minutes. And so everything is hairstyles that I can
took
do.
You 5 minutes?
It's super easy because literally some 14-year-old girl told me how to do it. You pull the hair that's up and
it was a
in front of
tutorial.
the
She
hair.
didn't like corner a 14-year-old.
No, I didn't corner it. No, I just watched them on the internet.
At night in my bed.
Genuinely, it's like 1 a.m. and I'm watching a 14-year-old girl that's like 4 hairstyles to do in 5 minutes. So you pull the hair that's in front of the ear. You pull both of that.
I can see.
Thank you. Okay. So you just pull that hair, you braid it, And then you take the rest of the hair and you just make it into a little ponytail, and then you just do like a little flippy bun.
So
yeah.
cute.
And then
Love
she's
it.
got her double headband.
You look like
experience.
a Pinterest article.
Thank you. And then same this my
I'm sorry,
favorite.
Did you say Pinterest article?
Yeah.
My favorite one that I found is that you just do almost the same thing where you just do like those little rubber bands. You go 1 section, 2 section, 3 sections. You have them all down. It's all close to your head, and then you do a little bun.
It's so funny. This is the difference between having curly hair and straight hair. You were like, you can't have it short because you have to do it if it's short. And I was like, I don't know what she's talking about.
No, yeah, because it flips out even if
And
it's straight hair.
yeah, it's just I really realize that you get one day where I make an effort.
Yeah.
Usually on a Saturday because people are paying money to see my face, and then every other day it's like braids or bun or something. And I still want to feel cute. I still want to feel pretty, but I'm not gonna make the. I really realize I will not make the.
Oh, so pretty. So
I'm not gonna make the effort.
Okay, Maria.
What? That's an actual song. Are you winking at me that we need to end of that?
No. I'm winking at you because it's the character that sings that song
Oh, I don't know.
is
it
Maria.
Is it her? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you were like, we got to make sure this episode isn't too long, and then you're winking at me.
I know. We gotta wrap it up because I'm the one that keeps being like, let's keep it on time, and then like, tell me exactly what brand of scrunchie you use.
Yeah. She's like, can you walk me through how you put a newsletter
I'm just
together?
Such a chatty Kathy. Okay,
You are a chatty
I'm a
Catherine.
chatty Catherine.
Kathleen.
All right, okay. You wrap this shit up because I already dealt with the intro, and that was exhausting for everyone. So you ride us on out of here.
Let's
Take us
do it.
into land.
We're gonna do plugs. Liz, we'll have you go first.
I have a new special that's free on YouTube. It's called The Ghost of Academic Future. And, yeah, and there's 2 other free specials on there. And I have a book called Why Cats Are Assholes that you should buy for your aunt that has too many cats.
Perfect.
Or me.
And they can find you on the internet where?
At Liz Miele. Everything's at Liz Miele. Miele.
Okay, perfect. Gracie, give your plugs.
Plugs. Save Gracie Kanan. GRACIE CANAAN, and then watch out for my announcements, newsletters, because I'm going on tour in Feb and March,
Hell yeah.
and Austin, Denver, LA, all that good stuff.
Woo!
Over to
And
you.
I am Maria Heinig. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, MariaHeinegg. That is about it. Thank you so much for listening to Hot Dads Pod. Okay. You can find us at Hot Dads Pod on Instagram. You can email us hotdadspod@gmail.com. You guys are the best. Feel free to Venmo and
You're the
Cash App
best.
any of us, whoever you thought was the cutest, whoever you think would be the best mom,
The least problematic or the most problematic.
or
the
whoever
middle
has a
gets
cat
nothing.
named Revenge
Engine.
Abs.
Yeah.
Which
What?
is Liz.
Engine.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Bye.
What? Bye.
Fun.
Oh my God, you are such a delight. Thank you.